Hey there, Pacer fans. I'm Brendan Robertson, and welcome to Inside Pacer Athletics here on the Pacer Sports Network. Well, we've entered Week 5 of the fall sports season, and most of our Pacer athletic teams are getting into the Peach Belt Conference sections of their respective schedules. We'll get you caught up on all the action from the last 2 weeks, show you some highlights, and we'll tell you what you can expect in the coming weeks, all right here on Inside Pacer Athletics. Let's kick things off with our women's soccer team. Tuesday, September 15th, the Pacers traveled to Hartsville, South Carolina to take on Coker College in what would turn out to be the largest victory to date under current head coach Sue Vodicka. Freshman Jenny Pinheiro scored her first career hat trick as a USC Aiken was relentless in their attack on Coker, taking 30 shots in the match on their way to an 8-1 victory over the Cobras. The match was scoreless until 10 minutes before halftime, when Pinheiro scored the first of her 3 goals on an assist from senior Allie Brady in the 35th minute. The Pacers caught fire from that point on, scoring 3 goals over the next 10 minutes to take a 4-0 lead into halftime. The second half was more of the same as redshirt freshman Carly Minks scored her second goal of the match less than 5 minutes into the half. Senior Jennifer Goodwin would put the Pacers up 6-0 just 12 minutes later. Also scoring in the match for the Pacers were junior Katie Rumble and freshman Diana Eaton, both of whom tallied their first career goals in a Pacer uniform. This past weekend, on Saturday, September 19th, the Pacers took on Mars Hill down at the Pacer Pit. USC Aiken fell behind 2-0, but mounted a furious comeback in the second half when Allie Brady scored from 40 yards out on a free kick, getting the Pacers right back into the match. USC Aiken kept fighting for the equalizer, but Mars Hill was able to hold on for the 2-1 win despite being outshot by the Pacers 18-13. USC Aiken is currently 2-4 on the year. This Saturday, the Lady Pacers travel to Columbus, Georgia to take on nationally ranked Columbus State. Kickoff is set for 1 o'clock. Turning now to the USC Aiken men's soccer team, the Pacers played 4 games over a 7-day stretch, going 3-1 in those matches. On Saturday, September 12th, the Pacers opened up their conference games at home with a 1-0 win over North Georgia. Senior Fernando Gomez Noriega scored in the 84th minute on a beautiful pass from junior midfielder Troy Watson. Just 2 days later, on September 14th, the Pacers would pick up one of the biggest wins in program history with a 7-0 drubbing of Catawba College down at the Pacer Pit. 7 different Pacer players found the back of the net, including Gomez Noriega, who proved he knows how to share the ball too. He finished the day with 3 assists of his own. Once again, Troy Watson would put his stamp on the match as he put the Pacers on the board first in the 27th minute on an assist from, you guessed it, Gomez Noriega. Just 10 minutes later, USC Aiken would strike again as senior Corey Adamson scored his first goal of the year. The Pacers would get 2 more before the end of the first half to take a 4-0 lead into halftime. The Pacers would then cruise to their second straight shutout win of the year in a 7-0 victory. Freshmen Scott Newby and Patrick Sykes, along with senior James Chidsey, all scored their first career goals in that match. Freshman Brett Van Pelt also scored and found the back of the net, notching his second goal of the year. 2 days later, the Pacers hit the road again, taking on regionally ranked Limestone College in Gaffney, South Carolina. USC Aiken had the lead at halftime on a goal from Troy Watson, but Limestone would get 2 early goals in the second half and hold on for the 2-1 win. Closing out that 4-game stretch that I mentioned earlier, the Pacers hit the road once again, taking on Mars Hill in a thriller at Mears Stadium in North Carolina. Down 1-0 in the first half, USC Aiken's James Chidsey tied the match on a free kick into the box from senior Alex Lewis. Mars Hill would score again, however, to take a 2-1 lead at the half, but the drama came in the second half as the Pacers responded after the break, getting the equalizer in the 67th minute on Gomez Noriega's team-leading 4th goal of the season. Neither team would score again in regulation, sending the match into overtime, where Troy Watson, the playmaker from Kingston, Jamaica, said, "I got this one, fellas," as Watson hit a rifle from 35 yards out with 1 second left on the clock in the first overtime, giving USC Aiken the 3-2 win on the buzzer beater. The Pacers are now 3-3 on the year, and they get a much-needed 7-day break before hosting Carson Newman at the Pacer Pit on Saturday, September 26th, kickoff set for 7 p.m. Head Head coach Glenn Cox and the young but dangerous USC Aiken volleyball team are on a tremendous run right now, having won 7 of their last 8 matches, including crucial victories against the 2 teams that were picked to finish at the top of the Peach Belt Conference in the preseason polls. Friday, September 18th, the Pacers won a 5-match marathon over Flagler College right here in the Convocation Center. Flagler was picked to finish 2nd in the conference, but none of that mattered to the Pacers, who had 4 players finish with double-digit kills. Underclassmen Shannon Byers and Chelsea Kite led the Pacers with 13 kills each. Byers also collected 10 digs in the match for her 2nd consecutive double-double. Sophomore Jessica Loper notched 13 kills of her own to go with a game-high 5 blocks, while freshman Lindsay Mortensen added another 10 kills. Senior setter Lauren Cedeno paced the USC Aiken attack with a season-high 44 assists to go with her 13 digs. The next day, the Pacers picked up another huge upset when they downed former USC Aiken coach Will Condon and the Armstrong Atlantic Pirates, beating the preseason Peach Belt favorites 3-1 right here at home. This time, 4 Pacers would finish with double-digit digs, led by freshman Samantha Lou Crowley, who finished with 20 digs. Fellow freshman KD Almaraz added 13 digs, while Shannon Byers finished with 10 of her own. Lauren Cedeno collected another double-double on the afternoon, setting up the Pacer attack with 29 assists to go with 10 digs. Jessica Loper attacked the net for 7 kills while denying the Pirates with another 5-block performance. Right now, USC Aiken is 10-4 on the season, 2-1 in the Peach Belt. The Pacers don't get a break in the schedule, however, with 2 more conference matchups ahead this weekend as they travel to Florence, South Carolina to take on Francis Marion Friday, September 25th. The next day, the Pacers stay on the road against Peach Belt Conference rival UNC Pembroke. That match begins at 3 p.m. Let's tee it up now with the USC Aiken men's golf team. Last week, reigning Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week Justin Thompson finished in a tie for 6th place, and the 10th-ranked Pacers finished in 3rd place as a team at the Spring Hill Suites Intercollegiate at the South Carolina Country Club. This week, USC Aiken will compete in the Laker Invitational hosted by Clayton State at the Par 72 Crystal Lake Golf and Country Club in Morrow, Georgia. Moving things to the Diamond, coming off one of the best seasons in program history, the nationally ranked USC Aiken softball team opens its fall schedule this weekend, hosting a tournament right here in Aiken at J.H. Satcher Field. The Pacers will also play the University of South Carolina for the first time ever in school history on Friday, October 2nd. The Pacers and the Gamecocks will play a doubleheader in Columbia beginning at 5 p.m. As for Kenny Thomas and the USC Aiken baseball team, they will also begin their fall schedule this weekend, hosting Parents Weekend beginning on Friday. Coach Thomas has decided to get a little more unique with his fall schedule this season, splitting the Pacer players and coaches into 2 separate teams, a Cardinal team and a Navy team. Those 2 teams will compete against each other in 13 inter-squad games right down here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. The games will be free and are open to the public. That's all we got for you this time here on Inside Pacer Athletics. I'm Brendan Robertson. For everybody here at the Athletic Department, we appreciate you tuning in to the Pacer Sports Network. As always, you can find the most up-to-date information on Pacer Athletics at www.pacersports.com. And be sure to check out our other segment this week, which features Sports Information Director Brian Hand interviewing head cross-country coach Larry Milner and the celebration of the opening of Pacer Path, a unique and one-of-a-kind cross-country track set right here on the Convocation Center grounds. We'll see you next time on Inside Pacer Athletics.